My name is Amir Tarki, 29 years old. I'm one of the inventors of Bitcoin, the most exciting revolutionary project of this century.
Amir è uno dei creatori della moneta virtuale più famosa al mondo, il Bitcoin. Ma cos'è il Bitcoin? Come sappiamo, le compravendite su internet si basano su un trasferimento di soldi tra chi compra e chi vende. All'atto pratico sono informazioni, numeri che viaggiano in rete. A questi numeri corrispondono conti corrente e quindi soldi. Bitcoin invece è una moneta virtuale. Anche in questo caso sono numeri con un valore, ma qui non corrispondono a soldi reali, depositati su un conto corrente, ma una specie di portafoglio salvato sul proprio computer.
The Bitcoin was a proposal that we could make a new form of money to challenge the power of central banks. A form of money where there is no central point of control, where it's completely distributed, where governments, banks do not have control over it.
Insomma, Bitcoin è una moneta che circola liberamente, non tassata e non tracciabile. Cioè, non si può scoprire chi compra e chi acquista, chi li ha e quanti ne ha. Sembra una figata, ma come si fa a riempire il proprio portafoglio di Bitcoin?
Bitcoins are made, it's kind of like a lottery, and then it's distributed software doing the mathematical computations. People get rewarded with Bitcoins for doing these calculations.
Dobbiamo immaginare una miniera dove il minatore è il proprio computer che scava la roccia ed estrae il tesoro, cioè i bitcoin. Lo scavo si fa svolgendo dei complicati calcoli matematici fino a risolverli ed essere poi premiati. Quando è nato questo fenomeno, i pochi che ne erano a conoscenza si impegnavano a svolgere questi calcoli con il proprio PC da casa. Con il passare del tempo e la diffusione dei bitcoin, la gente ha capito che più computer mettevi a scavare, maggiore era la possibilità di guadagnare bitcoin. Ma dov'è il guadagno di chi ha messo in piedi tutto questo?
The whole idea of the movement is about, through the internet, making new forms of organization directly between people, without police, without law, without the state.
Amir abbraccia la filosofia degli hacker, cioè quella parte del popolo di internet che mette a disposizione le proprie conoscenze regalando in rete costosi software, musica, film e condividendoli gratis con tutti. Insomma, la sua motivazione per diffondere i bitcoin era rivoluzionaria e antisistema, una specie di missione sovversiva, un po' come quella bandiera che ha alle spalle e quel tipo di abbigliamento da guerrigliero che indossa.
Yeah, like a militant, a revolutionary, willing to dedicate his life to a cause greater than himself.
Da buon anarchico hacker ha talmente dedicato la propria vita agli ideali rivoluzionari che
one day I read there is a guerrilla group that has been fighting against the Iranian state. Half of this group were women. So I thought, wow. And that's when I discovered that the other part of Rojava, Jazeera Canton, was split into two.
La regione della Rojava è un territorio curdo-siriano. Da una parte c'erano i rivoluzionari delle JPG, unità di difesa del popolo curdo, e dall'altra l'ISIS, che aveva invaso già metà di quella regione e che minacciava di avanzare ulteriormente.
If I don't go to Rojava, then how could I call myself as an anarchist? And I got the next ticket to Iraq. So the YPG guys took me to the mountains, and they separate the two groups of foreigners. And there's one group that will go to the front, and there's one group that will go for training. So in the confusion, I get put with the group of foreigners that go to the front. They give me a uniform, you know, they give me a gun, and the next day we're put on trucks and we're sent to the front. Lots of people around me have like big guns, you know, like a marksmanship rifle and machine guns. I just have a small Kalashnikov and have to learn very quickly about what is war, how it works.
Ah, eccoti qui. Non sembri proprio a tuo agio con un Kalashnikov. La prima azione militare a cui hai partecipato com'è andata?
There was a big attack on a city happening. They were firing artilleries. I'm in the front and I'm with a group of guys in the military and I have no war experience. I'm being sent straight in. But, you know, I made it.
Hai ucciso qualcuno dell'ISIS?
I don't take the pleasure in killing. It's a practical thing that we have to do when we have to defend our ideals.
Le JPG sono famose per le storie eroiche legate alle donne combattenti. Tu che le hai conosciute, cosa ci dici di loro?
The revolutionary movement of Rojava is something which says emancipation or freeing women. In Rojava, I met so many strong women who fight against ISIS. My commander on the front was an Italian woman, and she was the head of a battalion of 40 people, and she actually was killed in a battle fighting against ISIS.
Che emozioni avevi durante i combattimenti?
A lot of people think that fighting is like the movies, where everybody's going around and there's a lot of action, but war is really boring. 90% of the time you sit around doing without any action. A lot of people on the front are actually waiting for something to happen. So when something does happen, it's something to break the monotony of the war.
Ma tu quanto sei stato sul fronte contro l'ISIS?
After 3.5 months, eventually I had someone come from the YPG. When he saw me, I remember his first words to me, "What are you doing here?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know, what am I doing here?" And after a few days, I was taken from the front, and then I was put with the economics committee in the society, and then the rest is my work as in the Revolutionary Society of Rojava.
Che era un po' il vero motivo per cui eri partito volontario verso la Rojava.
People in Rojava actually have more use for Bitcoin than actually we do in the West. You have credit cards, you have banks, you have internet shopping. In Rojava, they use paper currency. They cannot send money in and out of the country because of the embargo. The way to give money to someone is to literally give them currency. So Bitcoin is really useful in Rojava.
Insomma, solo nei momenti bui della storia l'umanità cerca nuove soluzioni rivoluzionarie. Ma riguarderà anche noi in Europa?
In the West, we have a crisis. We know that this situation doesn't work. People no longer feel free. People no longer aspire to anything, where society is lost. In Rojava, I met people from all over the world. They're now coming back to their countries. And how can we put forward a proposal to resolve this crisis, like with predatory finance, with mechanization of human beings, with the destruction of culture.
Questo è il tuo pensiero che unisce i Bitcoin ed il Kalashnikov contro il potere, quello in cui credi.
I think there's a bit more to life than just making love, making great works, becoming examples of pure, strong human beings, aspiring to our destiny, fight. Our power as revolutionaries come from our single-minded pursuit of our vision of society, ready to expire in pursuit of this vision.
E adesso, finito di fare il Foreign Fighters, cosa fai?
I came back from Rojava 1 year ago, where I was put under house arrest while I was under investigation and fighting for ideological or religious aim. That's classified as a form of terrorism.